Yo, it's White Boy Lock Radio, got the mic in my grip. Dropping truth bombs while these cyber clowns trip. Parodies in the mix, man, we ain't just a show. Hunting down the tragedy pimps, letting them know. Laughs and facts, that's how we roll. With my fam by my side, yeah, we taking control. Damaged goods with no regrets, but we rock it with pride. Just the truth to provide. We don't play with bullies, we stand tall. Facing the demons, hear the truth in our call. So if you're ready for a ride and strapping tight, White Boy and Wifey coming out swinging the night, yeah. Chris wit like a razor, sharp enough to cut while we're taking shots at the fakes and the nuts. Social media wildin', but we keep it real. No time for the haters, let them know how we feel. This ain't just a show, it's a battle rap. Spilling the tea on the drama, no cap in my map. So let's get it poppin', can you handle the heat? Step up, little player, bring the truth to your feet. We don't play with bullies, no, we stand tall. Facing the demons, hear the truth in our call. So if you're ready for a ride, it's strapping tight. White Boy and Wifey coming out swinging the night, yeah. Yeah, man, so if you're vibing, come and join the crew. We're taking back the power, it's the realest debut. With laughter and facts, we'll flip the script. Lockdown radio is where the truth is equipped. So fuck around and find out, but hold tight to your pride. In this world full of noise, let's silence the lies, yeah.
All right. Oh, shit. Much better than yesterday, but I still haven't got the intro perfected. I'm working on it. I know there's a lot of people I need to put in. The opening part is all AI. I put AI on all these trashy pimps, and it's damn good. And I'm happy. I'm very proud of myself. But it's not over. I'll incorporate all of them. Trust me. I promise you that. What's up, written in the stars? What's up, Sane? So I want to talk about today Craig's penis. Also, I would like to talk about the aftermath of Candus. And so we have Craig Schlong. We have the aftermath of Candus. What all these morons were telling you to bank on during this stuff going on with Candus. And I'm sitting back like, I'm telling you guys, I gave somebody my word. The cat will be out of the bag soon. But people are arguing me, and I think people are utterly nuts. But that's okay. Here I am saying I told you so. 2 days ago, I said I'll be here saying I told you so. And I want to talk about what else do we have here? We have Craig Schlong, the Candus thing, and yeah, just all that in general. Okay. So we'll bust thing off. First thing I want to say is the Craig Schlong thing. Craig, I was in Elevated Truths podcast, and I had heard what had happened was BJ's, whatever that guy is to her, right? This guy's claiming he's got an 8-inch dong, and I'm just not going for that, people. There's no way that I'm going for he has an 8-inch dong. There's just too many factors. There's just too many factors that he doesn't have an 8-inch dong, because if he had an 8-inch dong, he'd be laying the pipe down decent, like, right? And if he was laying the pipe down decent, like, she would be sleeping like at least 8 hours a night, right? But we know he's not laying the pipe down correctly because she nods off in midstream, right? She face plants on the computer screen. So there's no way he had, just that factor alone tells me there's not an 8-inch dong. But also the association with fuckboys. The guy is best friends with Sinner. Sinner was scared to do a dick off with me, right? Because he penis shamed me. So that's not how big dicks roll. Big dicks don't hang out with small dicks. It's one of the bylaws. It's one of the only rules of the club. And I'm opening up with this because I made a video about this whole situation. Craig's conspiracy of his 8-inch dong, I'm just not buying it. There's much more reasons I involved it for, but I'm gonna let it go public. It's been in my members. It is not possible for him to have an 8-inch dong. And just like his best friend Sinner, I will challenge him to a dick off. Now, I'm not saying that I have an 8-inch dong, but what I'm saying is he doesn't. And I'm just doing, everybody gets a dick off in 25. So, but nothing will happen. And be ready for that video, right? Now, beyond small dicks, I told people this. Well, we have Ernie Shell in the title, in the thumbnail as well, so we can include him, which is why he utilizes dildos a lot. And we have Fred Hill too. So I told everybody, let me just roll back a few days. I was pretty pissed at Candus. I was pissed at her. Why? Did she really do anything to me? Yeah, I was really mad that she was in these morons chats a couple nights ago. Made a couple lives. But I reached out and I did what I did because something wasn't adding up. And after I did the lives, I find out what's really happening. And if you didn't hear, so one of my moderators passed, and that her name was Dee Dee, and that was one of Candus's very good friends. This person, Candace used to call her like a sister, cousin. This person has like a Summerwell's decals all on the back of her vehicle. She's a good person, close friend with my wife. I know that they used to hang flyers out together. They just did a lot of girl stuff, man. It was a good person for Candus to confide in. It was a good, put it like this. When Candus and Don got into this last thing, whatever they're going through, Candus would go over there. This is why I kept telling people, yeah, she's not at Raps, right? But that's exactly what I want to talk about with this live. Now, I really hope people appreciate, I've gone live 3 days in a row. I don't usually do that, right? And I want to keep this short because I know everyone is subscribed to people and they want to watch other creators' lives and stuff. But this is the third day I've gone live. And I have to say that I've totally deconstructed Ziggy and her friends' lives and lies. She said that I was sticking up for rap, which we've already debunked. Okay. Then she said that rap had this phone, right? This phone that Candus threw away, and then Ziggy's moron husband says, "Oh yeah, it's at the secret fishing hole." This is all stupid and silly. It's all stupid and silly and debunked. We did that yesterday, right? We did that yesterday. Today, I said, I kept my word, but the cat will be out of the bag soon, right? I also say, at the end of the day, you have people who don't know where Candus is. I don't know where Candus's location is such a big deal, but because it's being talked about on the internet, the point of me going live these 3 days in a row, these people lie all the time. Okay. I've been saying this for years. You cannot sit here and debate anything with me that when Ziggy said white boy's talking shit about me and he's sticking up for rap, that is like nonsense. We completely debunked that yesterday. I completely debunked the phone thing yesterday. Now I can freely talk about Dee Dee passing, which is exactly where Candus was, right? She wasn't with a rap. These people, they lie. And they lie in the name of a missing child case, and people believe it. People not only believe it, I want you to think about, they'll come over here and argue me after I'm saying, hey man, I kind of know the full picture, but I'm not going to talk about it because somebody told me, listen, when things ain't making sense, and I'm like, listen, man, what the fuck is going on? Like, dude, what is this? Okay, man, don't put it out on the internet. That means keep it private. But here's a little bit comforting how you feel, okay? And that's what happened, okay? Them two were close, man. And at the end of the day, I talked to Candus last night, but at the end of the day, I mean, what really did she do? I mean, I was a little upset she was in these people's chats, but she like burned me. There's no emotional scars deep embedded in my brain. Like she stirred the pot, and and was fucking with people who fuck with her life. I mean, I don't know. I'm not mad at it. I'll tell you what's going to happen in the future, which is going to be very comical. But you have a group of people who just absolutely are also witnessing this as we are, but they're just making up ridiculous lies, right? There's a group of people who hate Candus, and that's their right to feel, and they also hate me, right? And that's perfectly fine for them to feel like that, but they're not going to watch this live, right? They have no idea. So those people are going to, at some point, right, in the near future, when I piss them off enough, they're going to like try to like leave a mean comment in the future. And I swear to God, I'll post it on my community wall. Someone's going to be like, that's why she was living with rap. Yeah, no. But that's what Ziggy, Ernie Shell, and Cher were basically banking on. Now I'm kind of done roasting Cher and Ziggy, right, with their meth illusions, with the fucking with the mullet, the party in the back and the fuck boy in the front. I've enjoyed myself the last few days just destroying that moron. But Cher is next on the platter because Cher is getting all excited about this situation, right? Let me stop and say hello, and we will absolutely get to the bottom of all this. And please be on the lookout. The video is already in my member section. It's called Debunking the Conspiracy That Craig Has an 8-inch dong. And that will be released tonight out of members. What's up, Michelle? 90. Yeah, smash the like. But I want to show you guys how these people think. And I went live 3 days in a row because I'm using this situation here to kind of bring light to things, right? I don't really care about Ziggy trying to gaslight me, right? But it's fun to come over here and we all laugh at her, right? And it's fun because somebody who is subscribed to her is watching in the bushes, and they're going to see her words versus mine, right? And they probably do believe the things that she says. That then they're going to learn that what she's claiming with this phone is just retarded, right? And then lastly, this whole like Candus is with rap situation. So it's important in its awareness, right? But the point of all these lives and stuff is these group of people, not specifically Ernie, Ziggy, Voices, all the normal morons people, the green team, these idiots. These people have been doing this in not only the Miss Summer Wells case, but many other cases, Sebastian Rogers and everything else. And I just want to open people's eyes up as how they do it. I really wish that I could depend on YouTube for my income and pay my bills. But unfortunately, this here doesn't pay the mortgage. I know everybody thinks I make $1 million because I have, 20,000 subs. The fact of the matter is, I don't. And I'm willing to put my paycheck that I make on YouTube versus anybody who has a channel my size. At least I'll go, let's see who's see who's really making money. And with that being said, I know how to utilize the monetization features, and I know the tricks to get maximum income on this, right? That's why in the intro that you just watched, a few celebrities and stuff that I'm hanging out with, because I'm helping them with their YouTube, right? I just understand the AI algorithm, right? And it's something that I accidentally learned. Long story, if you're an OG, you already know. But still, with all that said, listen, I cannot quit my job. I need my job. I have a lot of bills, man. And even if let's just say I could pay my bills off YouTube right now, which I can't. It's not even close. But when the day comes to that, I can't do that because this thing can come and go. It can get taken from you. It's too sketch for me. But who's in here before I show you some ridiculousness from voices behind my balls? And we're all going to talk about and laugh at the next sequence of events that specifically these people are going to be going through. And just like I have on the thumbnail where I said, I told you so. I said, I'm going to use this live and do some I told you so videos. This is me 2 days later saying, hey, the cat's out of the bag. What's up, Act Right? What's up, Wonder Woman? It's facing you. It's facing you. You're live. What's up, Pussycat?
It's not me. It's the dog.
Oh,
You coming in?
I didn't turn it around. That's all I was telling you. What's up, written in the stars? Usually I turn the setup around so you can see this wall, not that wall. But yeah, so I'm sorry. It's awful funny how everyone else is delusional. Well, what's delusional? 93 likes. I love this. This is actually comical because it's just funny to watch these people. Like it's just absolutely comical. It seems like every time she fights with Dawn, she's back around and Ernie is stalking her. Look, man, here's the thing about that, right? She went live and said, I'm fucking with YouTubers. Look, Candus was very close to that lady. Extremely close to her. I met that lady. It was one of my mods. Noelle has picture. I have a picture with her. I was trying to find for this live. I don't know where it's at, but I met her. She's good people. I know her husband. Very sad. Very sad. I know Candus is super, super, super close with that lady. Super close. I don't even know. They might even be really related. I'm not even sure about that. But I don't know. But yeah, man, it's she's hurt, man. She's hurt, and it is what it is. These people, it's funny though, and we'll talk about the whole Ernie thing and where things are gonna go from here. But she said, hey, I'm gonna fuck with these YouTubers. I mean, what does this person say? What are you even talking about? Do you want a link? Don't even block them. Just let them comment. Are they already blocked? Look at this. I'll put them all on the screen. Like, look at my face. Am I turning red? Or are you embarrassing me? Let me show you how easy this is. Right. The power of watch how easy this is. Right. So here you are typing to me, and here I am showing my face. Right. Watch this. Here's the deal breaker. How about this? How about you take that link right there and tell me how you really feel? Show the world what you look like. Here's what's not going to happen, people. Don't expect that person to grab that link. Absolutely not. Because they won't. This is a keyboard warrior. Now, if they don't take the link, if they will not take the link and they will not show their face, then at that point, I'm going to have to say block, ban, and boot, because I'm giving them ample opportunity to tell it to my face. Tell me how you really feel, how long you've been feeling like that. But you won't do that. And this is why, if you've been looking at my face, you unaffect me, and the joke is on you. And I can take your keyboard status away. You can no longer be a keyboard warrior. You have to go to someone else's channel that more than likely I don't watch to go be a keyboard warrior about me, which, by the way, you will, because I live rent-free in your head, not the other way around. You see how this works? I can just roast you live looking at you. I don't see much more comments. I was just putting them on the screen. Come on. It wasn't this easy, was it? Holy shit, people. Oh, you got to do better than that at White Boy Radio. You are not allowed to troll over here, because I will troll you back live. And we will see Come up, take the link. Unbelievable. No more comments. Let me drop it one more time. Just maybe you didn't see the link, but there it is. You have 30 seconds. Moderator, any mods in the chat, after 30 seconds, we can nuke this person. I mean, it's not like they can't come up, right? They're in my chat talking shit, right? It's not like they have something to do, right? Man, that's gotta hurt. All right, so carrying on. Who's really in here? Well, exactly, Karma Queen. That's why they didn't do it. Can we get a bunch of laughing emojis at the person who was just in the chat? I don't even know their name, but I can assure you I'm rent free in their head. Matt, it will hijack the whole stream. Oh yeah, but they're not. It ain't coming up. I appreciate you, Vicky. Yeah, Mom, but you already know. What up, Shauna? Well, I guess we're not having a guest, so moving along. Thank you, guys. Yeah, thank you. So I know you're still watching too. So yeah, a little bit more, guys. So we're gonna do it like this, right? Here's how we're gonna do it before we move on. So you didn't take the link, and you showed the cowardness that you are. Now can I get a couple poop emojis? Because we're laughing at you, but now you're not shit. And after you see poop emojis, that's about it with you. Gutless cowards, absolutely. Okay, but that's true. Very true. So we have the Craig video will drop. I don't want to say too much about that, y'all. And the only reason I'm saying it is I dropped it, and it was a little bit like it was a little bit even extreme for me. So I'm giving everybody a fair warning before I let it go. But anyway, I'll let it go later after this live. But I just wanted to emphasize on Cher, because Cher, this person's channel is like dying. And what's funny is like whatever Candus was doing during her YouTube tour, we'll call it, she didn't visit Cher's, and you could see like Cher like looking and waiting like a lonely dog, right? That she was hoping so. And what Cher did is she would actually go to chats that on Candus's tour, and just for some sort of attention, right? Talk about like desperation. But what's comical is, so last night when I say the cat's out of the bag, I'm not going to if I give my word, I'm not going to say nothing, but I told you guys on how YouTube works, somebody will. And sure enough, it came out. Miss Daisy did a live, and she said a lot more about this, and talked about it a lot more. But Cher runs over there with the whole everybody around Candus is dead or goes missing. She's desperately wanting some sort of play, some sort of attention out of this, right? So what's comical is this, right? Damn it. Hold on 1 second here. What's comical is this. Let it load. Miss Hourglass, how are you? What's happening? What's up, Twister? I have no idea who that was. But that was funny. That was fun. They never show up. They never come up. It's amazing that it's amazing that people think they control. Like it's unreal. You have to be way better than that. Like, what the fuck? That was like That was like a 1. On a scale from 1 to 10, that was horrendous. All right, but oh yeah, really fast. This was funny. I saw on Twitter, since we're talking about Craig a little bit, and we're switching topics real fast. But apparently, just to go back to this topic, apparently a few lives ago, I was talking about how I didn't believe this lady BJ, Griffney J. I never bought the idea. I don't buy the idea that Craig has an 8-inch penis, and I definitely did not buy the idea that this lady hired some lawyer who had some specialties and was going to take channels away. It just sounded way too much of a grift and too much of a lie for me. There's just like too much things happening on the whole YouTube front for that to happen. And I was like, this is not going to happen. I specifically was very vocal about that. I'm like, there's no way. Now, come to find out, she, all it was she's getting cease and desist out, I believe. But I saw this on Twitter and it was funny. Law Offices of Hypocrisy and Double Standards, LLP. Cease and desist except for me. Please be advised that my client, the very important YouTube creator, hereby demands that you immediately and permanently stop talking about her, even if what you're saying is true, fair comment, satire, or literally just reading her own words out loud. Delete all existing commentary, memes, videos, neon signs, inappropriate dances, and bathroom staff graffiti the referencer. Never utter her name in any form again unless it's followed by Queen, icon, or please don't block me. In return, my client reserves the unilateral right to live stream about you daily, including 3 a.m. while nodding off in mid-sentence, call you names, invent stories, and demand donations, weaponize victim bond while kept her PayPal pinned, repeatedly break the very rules she insists you must deny. Failure to comply will result in my client crying on camera, clutching of Captain D's cup, and issuing more fake legal threats until she trends on Twitter. I thought that was abso-fucking-lutely comical. And yeah, she just sent out cease and desist as far as I know. I've been behind on her whole stuff because of this other thing happening that we're talking about right now. 14 months for Chai. Thank you. Shenanigan Squad. Woo woo. I see you, mama. Oh shit. Why didn't I put this in the title? Okay. Damn it. I forgot to. All right. Anyhow. So I forgot to tell you guys this. A few lives ago, I was talking about Cher on a separate incident, and she has been, it was her and Benny Keys, actually. It was when BS came on panel. The Jilly and the Jack, the Nova Scotia case, right? Cher has been desperately trying to talk to the parents in this case. And I asked you guys to please get me in contact or send me a profile or something so I can stop this. And well, what do you know, guys? I did. So I talked to Daniel, now this is Cher's post. She's saying, I'm not sure why some are making videos and says Daniel and Malaya have been arrested. It's false. Well, here's the deal. I not only told him to watch out about her, but I was able to give him like links involving what she did to other family members, to other families, not just the Wells case, but the Quentin Simon thing. And I was able to, directly send him stuff. And I was like, dude, you better watch your back with this lady, complete scumbag. And he appreciated it. And I've been talking to him. And I'm going to leave it right there because I know she's watching in the bushes. I know she's hating. I don't care about that. But I'm not going to say what I've said to him, right? But it's all very interesting I'm very happy that you guys gave me the information because I'm able to stop this, right? But I'll have to make a clip of this or something just so she definitely sees it. Now, let me do this, guys. So I really appreciate you guys giving me that info. But what I want to talk about is this. Back to the topic, right? So she dirty deleted it, but she dirty deleted a post that she made. But I wanted to focus on this just to show you how this lady is such a contradicting moron. Okay, before I start reading this and get into this, and before we roast her, you must know that, like I said, Daisy did a live last night telling people about Dee Dee. This is one of my mods, someone who's very close to Candus Wells, died. Candus is super close to her. Candus was with her at her house when she passed. They've been dealing with all that. So Candus has been acting out a little bit, whatever she's going through. It is what it is. Just catching you all up. But Cher jumps in Daisy's chat and she's like, Candus, everyone Candus is around, dies or goes missing. And then she even doubled down and went and posted it on her community wall. I should have screen grabbed it, but I didn't. Today I go try to look for it and it's gone. She already deletes it. Now here's the contradiction from this moron, right? She's been desperately wanting Candus to go in her chat. Now, if we all know that, here's the post she made, right? This one is so stupid. I went from a Trump MAGA supporter for a few years, actually, to 100% not, to say many reasons why. So no, I'm not a MAGA or Trump supporter. With that said, here goes my rant. I don't agree with how or what Charlie Kirk said a lot of times. I don't think he was a hella rude dude, but there were some things, of course, I did agree with. What those things are truly doesn't matter at the moment. This man is an American and was using his free speech, something every American human has the rights to do. Even if you don't agree or like the man, it was his American citizens' rights to do. This man had his family, his wife, 2 very small children, and all the function. When the gunshots went off, his little 5-year-old daughter got scared and tried running to her father for safety. Everyone that's happy or saying he asked for it, and all the other disgusting things I've heard and seen, guess what? You are publicly saying your thoughts and opinions. And guess what? Not everyone will agree with it. As sure as hell I don't. So in your own very own way of thinking, y'all should be brutally murdered in front of your own family, husbands, wives, or your own children. That's 100% what y'all are saying. So y'all better watch your own backs. And if that's the logical thinking you have, y'all sound stupid. All because you don't like his views. Y'all didn't have to listen or watch him, but you did. Sure says a lot about y'all that it ever did about Charlie Kirk. Now, this is all very interesting, people. This is all very interesting. First off, keep your Canadian whore ass over there. We got enough thoughts and sluts over here in the States. What do you keep saying America this and USA that? You ain't did one video for any missing children in Canada. You ain't talked about any. The only thing I've ever seen you do is recently with the Lily and Jack case. And if I have anything to do with it, you won't. But you've never talked about any missing kids out of Canada. Now, on the political front, where's all your Justin Trudeau call-outs? What that guy has done in your country? Why do you keep saying American this and American that as if you are an American? The fact of the matter is you're not, right? We only want the good Canadians. We don't want the weirdos like yourself. And you left your children in a different state to go marry some man that you met on the internet. That's just the fact of the matter. You also left the dogs in the trailer with no water. You also had the balls to say last night on the dirty deleted post, which is why you deleted it, that you never sent nudes to Don Wells. I've showed them multiple times. You didn't send nudes. That's correct, but you did bust it. So you sent what looks like to me, in my opinion, like when I was 12, when I was a 12-year-old boy, I had a butt like what you sent to Don, right? It's what the hell is that thing? But your husband, your cuck husband, took the photos. Almost everything that you wrote in defense for Charlie Kirk contradicts what you do. You're just saying, so you're calling out the people who say, you're calling out the people who are happy about him being dead. What were you doing last night in Daisy's chat? What were you doing? Lady, everything that you do is a contradiction. Every single thing that you do. You need to worry about Canada. You need to worry about the politics there. Nobody cares if you have Trump derangement in Canada. You have Wells derangement, you have white boy derangement, and now you have Trump derangement. We don't care. You need to focus on Canada, not the good old USA. Let us handle that. Let us handle that. You're not even involved in a political discussion. You need to worry about Canada. It's out of control. The contradictions with this one. Shout out to my Canadians, my cool Canadians. We just don't want her. But can you see the contradictions? Even in this ridiculous stuff that's happened in a few days, can't help to slip on the banana peel. It's comical. It's comical, but she is an absolute tragedy pimp. And here's what's going to happen. Oh, you didn't miss nothing. Cher blocked me. Thank you, Chai. What is this lady even saying? Lady, I'm going to tell you this like one time. I don't care who you're friends with, what creators, you're starting to get weird. You're starting to get weird. So you come into my chat, right? Now you get embarrassed. Now you get embarrassed. Now you get embarrassed. You get embarrassed now. And you leave my chat now. What are you talking about? What in the fuck are you talking about? Here, we're going to do it like this. Let's make it 2 for 2, people. Let's give it the old 2 for 2. Matter of fact, come on up and tell me how you feel. Come on up and tell me what I did. Come on up and come on up. I'll wait for you. Is she coming up? Can you guys get her attention in chat? Maybe put some arrow things at the link. She's gone. What a moron. What a complete moron. Nothing, huh? Well, I don't even know if I want to address that. Let's talk to her. Like, oh wait, what is this here? Here, oh, it's the same one. What's up? What's up? Anyway, what I wanted to do was have them come up because you got a lot of people just jumping in the chats. I need to leave Candus alone. Well, what am I doing to her? What exactly am I doing to her? I just talked to Candus. You know, for your information, she called and apologized last night. I really would love to say that to your face. I don't need your apology. I know the person that died. You don't. You just like sit in Daisy's chat all the time, hoping and begging that people will subscribe to your channel. That's the type of person that you are. You're weird. You never have information correct, and that's why you ran away, because you don't want any, like, this is not a something that you're used to, right? You want people to say, oh, you know, you want me to say, oh, subscribe to her channel and this and that, but God forbid there's some pushback or you have to actually bring your point. You know, it's comical. It's comical. And I really wanted to do that to your face, but I knew that you would hit the link. What a moron. What a complete moron. But you do act weird because I see you in chats chats that I like. And matter of fact, hey babe, matter of fact, I'm gonna get Noelle on you, babe. Didn't my wife just cuss you out?
Yes, I'm on the
Hey,
phone.
what's up with this weirdo Diamond Creations?
What's up with diamonds? What does she want? What's up?
She comes in the chat and says the dumbest thing. I tell her to take the link. She's like, you need to leave Candus alone. I'm like, what the fuck?
I'll block her if you don't want.
Oh, well, I had her come on the link, but what were you cussing her out the other day for?
I wasn't. We weren't cussing out. We were misunderstanding each other. I like by the time she read what I said and she answered and then I responded. Like we were like delayed on seeing and understanding what each other was saying. It wasn't a disagreement or a cuss out. It was we were trying to just have a conversation.
All right. Well, she's a moron. Okay.
Oh.
She's going on the moron list. Anyway, she is part of some dangerous people. I don't know. All she does is run her effing mouth with. Yeah, I have. It's not my channel, man. So it's not my channel, but I am. I'm friends with like some pretty big YouTubers, man. You know, I can go. I'm friends with a lot of people that y'all know, right? But you know, you never see White Boy doing, man. Always like on their panels and shit. Like I'll come to people's chats, you know, and stuff like that. But like, you don't see me like. That's the oldest one in the book, right? Like, let me like become friends with this creator and like use his audience to gain subs. Like you never see me doing that type of shit, right? But yeah, I see it. I see it all day, right? And it's just like it's wild. Like it's what are you talking about? And that's why she didn't take the link because she knows she's a dunce. And I'm just gonna have wifey do that one. And that'll be fun. But yeah, so Cher, man, it's okay, Cynthia. I see you, Miss Russo. I'm with you though, Karma Queen. I'm with you. But yeah, Cher, what I've noticed on this thing, you know, and I want to talk about is the last couple of lives. I say, hey man, I know what's going on. It doesn't justify it or anything, but I don't know, man. She's going through it. Ken's going through it. You know, she's acting out, and it is what it is. People deal with stuff different. I know that all I can tell you, man, is I know that they were super close, right? They were super close. I don't have, you know, she stirred the pot in these idiots' chats. I mean, all they do is talk about her family day in and day out. I could care less about that. But what's going to be comical to watch and see is like these certain people, they're gonna be like begging, right? You could watch Cher in the last couple of days, like she was desperately wanting, like, why can't Candus come in my chat, right? But and then she would go follow her, right? But the people that on Candus's, we'll call it YouTube tour, you're gonna see them like there's gonna be like some withdrawal. There's gonna be like almost like detoxing, if you will. And they're gonna get big mad. But what, and this is going to be a psychic promise for me to you. And what will happen is then you're going to see them just 360, right? Right now it's welcoming and come on back. And it's like welcoming. And it's like, where are you? And then it's like, come on back. And then it's like, oh, stab in the back, right? And that should be very alarming. And that should be something to look for everybody who's paying attention, because that is exactly what's going to happen, right? And just pay attention to that, right? So we can clown them, right? And again, if you can, I'm not mad about all this, because again, it's a little bit of awareness. If we take the Ziggy thing, right? Oh, White Boy's talking, sticking up for rap, debunked. Rap has the magical phone with all the evidence, debunked. Candus is at rap, debunked. But from the people in the bushes who support these people, they're going to be like, wait a minute, this was all lies. But now to the people who are going to go through withdrawals and detoxing, maybe the people in the bushes who don't know this and came in late or towards the end of the story, don't know this. We can laugh and be like, that's exactly what's going to happen, but it'll again wake somebody up. It'll again bring some awareness, and it's all very important. That's what I'm saying about it. You know, yeah, leave her alone. She go through a lot. Hey, you can say whatever you want. You can say whatever you want. I'm not going to block you or nothing like that. I just don't like people, you know, coming in here saying like, imagine like the last one, the diamond weirdo is telling me, I think you need to stay away from Candus and stuff. What did I say negative about it during this live? And you don't even know. Like I just spoke to the woman. Like you just sound ridiculous. You just you know that, and whoever said it, Karma Queen said it. And that's why I said I've been seeing that lady. She's like weird. You do these weird things. You know what I'm saying? This is not Daisy's chat. I'm okay with Daisy, but I'm gonna call you directly out on it. You'll probably never be back here. You probably got very embarrassed, as you should, right? As you should. You want me to call Candus right now to make you look even more dumb? Don't call my chat like saying that. You sound like a retard. It's why you didn't hit the link. But it's out of control. But whatever. So also, man, on this, these people, man, it's like it's out of control. I wanted to show one last thing on this. So did you guys see this? I don't know what this means, but I actually saw this. Here, we'll do it like this. I actually learned the only thing I have ever learned from voices behind my balls as I was collecting a couple of these screenshots to roast her on her thoughts about the people who should not be making fun of or the people who are making fun of Charlie Kirk's death, which, by the way, is a good sentiment, and she's right. But like, come on, lady, you it's exactly what you've been doing. You can't break contradictions. But as I'm sneaking and peeking, here it is right here. I saw this. Now I've heard about this, but I've never saw a YouTube video on it. So I wanted to share this with you guys. If you haven't seen this.
New at noon, Hawkins.
This would be, tell me if you can hear the volume. So I found this on her thing. I'll drop the link in the chat so you don't have to go give it a visit. But Ronnie Lawson is retiring. I remember seeing this, hearing this, May even talked about it. Here's a quick clip from the local station out there. But this is interesting because it is interesting because who's going to take his place and what are they going to do? It's very short.
County Sheriff Ronnie Lawson says he will not seek re-election in 2026. Lawson tells us that he plans to retire in August next year. This is after 16 years as the county's chief law enforcement officer of missing child Summer Wells. Hawkins County's next sheriff will be elected in the August 6th, 2026 general election.
No, that's the wrong one. He's
says each person charged with a crime shall be protected by the due process of law.
Funny man, because
he said this issue mainly boils down to the separate.
I'm not sure. I want to give him credit. Hopefully somebody comes in, man, and really I don't know who takes that spot. I don't even know who's running. Here's the link. I'm going to drop it in chat. But he has said, yeah, I'm not coming in. I don't know. Personally, I think he majorly fucked up in the beginning of the case when he said, in the beginning of the case, he said the Wells have lawyered up and they're not cooperating, right? He desperately fucked up by saying that. Come to find out, and everybody grabbed it. Everybody took like wildfire. The Wells don't have any money for a lawyer. They never hired a lawyer. He mixed up a CPS lawyer with them hiring a lawyer for his investigation. And I'm sure it got brought to his attention very fast. But the fact that he didn't double down and apologize made shit spread like wildfire. And it could not have been in a more perfect time from Chris McDonough and all that. So it's like, I mean, everybody makes mistakes, though. It is what it is. Could he have been a better person? Could he have apologized? Yeah, he could have, but he's not gonna, because he's head honcho or whatever, right? But I don't know what's going on with Hawkins County, how they do things. I don't know if he could have done things better. There's controversy with his son, I believe. Yeah, is that the guy who got all the weird charges? There's that thing going on where his son got that was his son, correct? His son got all those weird sex charges, and then I believe he got like probation for it. So there's a lot of things going on with that guy. Maybe a fresh new look would be good. Corruption, you say? I've heard that. Have we ever like seen that though? I appreciate you. Lips is she's a weird one, but it is what it is. People, I don't support people who record. Yeah, I just think that type of stuff is very weird. But to each his own, I guess. Money will keep them quiet. I don't know. I've heard the corruption stuff. I've heard all that. I just haven't seen it. I mean, if you're saying corruption as far as like his son, yeah, I mean, obviously he knows the prosecutors out there. Obviously they throw him a bone. But his son had like a lot of shit on a lot of shit. And it's just very strange, man. He shouldn't have no probation, and that's for damn sure. But in my view, I guess I can say like they could have done like more. They could have done more, but that's probably just like, I don't know if I could say that because I don't know everything that they did. We all don't know how much of the how much they did. We just don't. And we don't know. And but when there's stuff out there where you're saying publicly that the family has lawyers and they didn't, you don't apologize for it. It's wild. And I think that by him doing that, he wanted that, it's wild. I talked to I never forget. I told you guys this before. Chris Proudfoot told me that he thinks in a lot of these cases that, when you talk to him about like people who dogpile and attack the families and shit, and how these platforms just let it go on and on and on, and all the harassment, nobody puts a stop to it. Even up to a point with him where he had to go get protection orders out on some nutcase. He says that it's it's the John Benet Ramsey effect, where some of these, it's just a theory, some of these law enforcement agencies, they want all this pressure on some of these parents because they don't have answers. They don't know where to go. So they're, it's like they're expecting people to like it break them or whatever. And you could obviously see that's the play here on YouTube. And it's like, I don't know. It makes a lot of sense though when he told me that. But yeah, so back to the person who he had to get protection orders on. I also wanted to say something about her, but I cannot put it in the title. Did I drop this thing? I dropped the link, right? So Bullhorn Betty apparently has said that she knows Jimmy Kimmel. This is actually comical, people. This is actually comical. Jimmy Kimmel has just been fired from whatever late night shit that he was doing. I don't watch it. He's a woke moron. But here she is, people. I posted on my community, right? Oh, wait, I'm not showing you. So look at this stuff. This is out of control. Betty she's lost her mind, people. She's actually claiming that. Look at this. Watch this shit. Let me throw it down for you.
This guy, okay? And I know the people that work for Jimmy Kimmel, and I can tell you that the crap that comes out of his mouth, he doesn't really care. Okay, it's not like that for him. Despite what people think, Jimmy Kimmel is actually a down-to-earth guy. Repugnant. I just find all of this repugnant. I just want you guys to pay attention. Who chose to come out over this piece of garbage, Jimmy Kimmel, which doesn't even believe in what he says? I know this guy. Okay, and I know his.
What are
I know the people that work for Jimmy Kimmel.
Like the lies that they spew. Like you've never said Jimmy Kimmel in your entire life. Now all of a sudden you not only know him, all the people around him. You like what's wrong with these people? Like this shit is getting out of control, people. Now she's claiming she knows Jimmy Kimmel. But wait, look at her. She's out there with her fucking look at this. She's out there with her media badge. Full Karen
change the lives that he changed. I being one of them. And he went me up. Because of him, I'm wanting to learn more about religion. I'm wanting to read more books. I wasn't like that prior to. Let me turn this around so you guys can see what's going on. His wife and his children, and the people that he changed, the lives that he changed. I being one of them. And he made me want to be a better person. And even after death, because of him, I'm wanting to learn more about religion. I'm wanting to read more books. I wasn't like that prior to. Let me turn this around so you guys can see what's going on. Wife and his children, and the people that he changed, the lives that he changed. I being one of them. And he made me want to be a better person. And even after death, because of him, I'm wanting to learn more about religion. I'm wanting to read more books. I wasn't like that prior to. Let me turn this around so you guys can see what's going on.
Dude, this is such a crock of shit. She's at the Charlie Kirk Memorial. If you guys have been put on your YouTube, I'm sure it's on your home feed. So she says she knows Jimmy Kimmel, and not only Jimmy Kimmel, all the associates around him. And she's been, trying to be this advocate for Charlie Kirk, right? The fact of the matter is Charlie Kirk has nothing in common with her, with the exception of voting for Trump. Beyond that, there's nothing in common here. Charlie Kirk was like an advocate for free speech. He would debate people who disagreed with him. This lady wants to sue you. She wants to just bring you to court every second she can. This is an out of control. Charlie Kirk was a married man who valued his marriage. This lady wanted to suck you off behind the chilies and do a gobblepalooza. Charlie Kirk was somebody who was a faithful husband. This lady was sucking off JLR behind the chilies, but thinking about SF Investigates because she wants to pork him too. It's out of control. There's just not even this is not a comparison. This is not like she's absolutely grifting and using Charlie Kirk's death for some type of whatever the fuck it is. But the sad part about this is how does she know Jimmy Kimmel? Like, I can't get over that. Like, it's what? People believe it. People believe that Betty absolutely knows Jimmy Kimmel. And you know what? Candus was staying with rap. And it's just it's wild to watch this and being part of this space. But we have to debunk these lies because these people, it's just like they make shit up as they go. It's just like level 3, new rules. Celebrity friends. What the fuck? It's out of control, man. Charlie Kirk did campaign work for Trump, and his father helped with. Yeah, he did. They were very close. Did he just say Gobblepalooza? Yes, not Lollapalooza, but Gobblepalooza. It's wild, man. I've never seen the lies get. The lies are amping up, people. People are fighting for views. Views aren't what they should be. So you just have to ante it up. You have to start knowing celebrities around here. All right. So that's how it's going down. Yeah, she's got nothing in common with Charlie Kirk. I made a short. I don't know if you guys saw it, but I'm surprised it didn't do as well as it did. Let me show you. So we have a, hold on a second. She actually started singing about when Charlie Kirk passed, she started singing, guys. Did you see that? And I did a collab with her actually. We actually finally did a collab together. We made a music song. I thought it was going to be a hit, but apparently it didn't do as well as I thought it was going to do. If I can just find it here. Is this it right here? No. Give me a second. Let me find it. Come on. Not Bright Media. Bam. Well, I gotta turn that off. I didn't know it was doing that. I don't know where it's at. Here, it's over here. Is where it's at. It's in my shorts. Where's my freaking shorts at? Hold on. Short section. Trying to find it. And you know she watched it. She absolutely watched this, without a doubt. Should be like the last short that I did. Yeah, here it is. So you guys did you guys see this? People think it's fake. It's actually, I mean, I don't know, but I heard she can sing. So I would imagine like this is not, I would imagine like this is not really fake. I don't know though. I also don't believe she knows Jimmy Kimmel. So, you know, there's that. But we did do a collab together if you guys haven't seen it. And, you know, as much as I dislike her and despise her, I did get with her to come up with this collab. So if you haven't seen it, here it is.
I can only imagine. Surrounded by your glory, what will my heart be?
Lawson.
Will I dance for you, Jesus? Or know you be
I'm coming up in just 1
Will I
second.
stand in your presence? Or to my knees will I fall? Will I sing hallelujah? Will I be able to speak it all? I can only imagine.
Delusion.
I can only imagine.
Got my pancakes and want to squeeze them. Will you go behind the chilies and let me suck you off? I can only imagine. If you look at my pancakes, I can only imagine. If I suck you off behind the chilies.
I think it's a hit, but I don't know. We'll have to see what the Billboard says on Monday. But I think we did pretty good. I actually think I did better than her too. I definitely outsang her. I mean, it's not even a comparison actually. But I love this song. But yeah, man, that's it. I just wanted to kind of come on here and recap this this ridiculous stuff. There's a lot of stuff going on YouTube, and I gotta be honest. I will always roast these idiots that exploit the Summer Wells case, but I've been, you know, I've been everywhere on the internet, and I'm trying to switch the channel up a little bit. Not that I'm going to change, but it's wild because I don't see a lot, man, and I work a lot. I work a lot of hours, right? You know, I don't see a lot. I used to see a lot, right? Like I used to see a lot of these idiots do stuff and I could react on it. People send me stuff. I wish more people did, but I'm so behind on the Griffney J situation that I like to keep up with. And but you know, I covered in detail like Not Bright Media and all their shenanigans. But throughout this thing with Candus, her tour, somebody died she was close to, she was with them. It is what it is. And she did what she did, you know. I've seen so many like weird comments and people. That's not all I talk about over here. You know, I talk about all types of stuff. But I am behind on a lot of things, and I got to catch back up. So if you do have stuff, you know, please send it to me, man. I need it. I need it. I guess I wasn't grateful enough to the people who were sending me stuff, but I should say thank you more often. So if you are someone who sends me stuff, thank you. But I need more. I need more eyes. I need more moles. All right, look, I'm going to jump off this thing. How much time is it? I'll take some comments here in a little bit. I just wanted to recap and absolutely debunk this little sequence of events that has been transpiring in these last couple of days. But I do want to get the conspiracy of Craig Aiden Schlong out there to the people, because it is absolutely a lie. And also, what's funny is like, I believe she's already sent the cease and desist out. So I'm gonna slide under the whatever she had typed up. You know, I'm hitting her. It was almost perfect timing on accident. Hit the likes, absolutely. We had a lot of trolls in here in the beginning, and I just want to state that, like, I see you trolling, and I know you desperately want me to put your comment on the screen, but you have to imagine, once again, like, this is my live. I created, I set it up, right? So I put it on subscribers only for 10 minutes. So you subscribed to my channel and you gave me 10 minutes of watch time, right? You were forced to give me 10 minutes of watch time before you could even say anything, right? So I want to thank you for that. Then you commented during a live, which also helps engagement, right? So thank you for that too. And as you're trolling, you don't understand that you're helping me. You're helping me. And here's what's going to happen. Because there was a couple trolls in here. And please, I'm not saying don't do it. Continue to do it. But you're hating so hard, you're subscribing, waiting 10 minutes, right? And to leave a comment, and then you leave. You'd have to be crazy for me to expect all of you that did that to remember to unsubscribe when you left. You're over here for a reason. So you just add them to my sub count. I mean, it's like, I've been doing this for a long time and I troll the fuck out of people. You are just not going to do it to me. I'm sorry. Like, but we can have a conversation about it. But thanks. It's amazing. It's wild, really. Come subscribe and tell me how you don't like Candus more, please. You won't do it. I bet you won't do it. I bet you won't do it. You won't do it. You won't do it. How was the intro? Did y'all see the intro? Let me play that one more time. This was all AI, y'all. Check this out. Now it's not ready. I have way more people to put in here and more stuff. But if you weren't in here for the intro, here's a new intro. I'm very happy about it. Let's just watch it together real fast. This is pretty cool. I made this. I cut it short, but it's going to be way longer. I'm only going to play the beginning of it. I'll tell you what, man, I am getting good with AI. I really am getting really good with AI, guys. I get it. But no, seriously, man, those I just want to tell you guys that I'm not gonna tell you what I use, but I know some of you are smart out there, but and I know a lot of you are active on Twitter. So that video that I made, it's a sequence of mini videos, but you can upload a person's picture, right? And text what you want them to do, right? So I'm putting like, make this guy look out binoculars, right? And he's fucking Don B, like a stalker. And I, make this lady outside Chili's restaurant yelling, acting like a Karen, right? And there you have it, right? Can I have this nutcase holding up a missing eyebrow? It's not a missing child sign, but missing eyebrows. And it will do it. You have to use correct grammar and stuff with AI because it's very on point. But that was nothing I edited. That was all drafted by AI. And I'm not done. There's a lot more to it. They're getting punched in the face and everything. Wait till you see the finished product. I'm telling you, it is fire. I'm just like, damn. I might even start another channel because I'm pretty good at this shit, man. I might do one of these channels where you don't know it's me. I might be one of these channels where the content is the person talking, and I may not even use my voice. I think I might go full AI and make a channel that about stuff and like use a voice. I don't know yet. But I'm thinking. I'm very, very. I'm thinking about it. Please don't make it too long. Have a few different ones in there better you can. Okay, I don't want to make it too long. I get that. I appreciate that feedback because some people have too long of intros, right? I get that. I don't like going live too long because of I understand. I respect people's time, man. So I get all that too. I try to think of that stuff as I'm doing it. But by the way, Denise, listen, I played Denise, you are good with AI. You inspire me. Denise gave me a badass song. I played it in the beginning of this live. It is fire. That's a fire song you made for me and wifey. But AI is interesting. Mr. Nobody, you got to play with it. But yeah, man, that's it. I just wanted to do the tail end of this stuff, y'all. Just to give you guys the recap of these idiots. Just the last 3 days have been interesting, And just to recap this, right? I want to recap this just so people understand, right? I'm working and I'm getting some text to my phone that Candus is in all these weird chats. People who I despise talk about people that are not going to be good to her, right? Or help her, right? And people are telling me this, and so I don't even try to like. Let me give it to you raw, right? So I don't even try to go middleman, nothing. I just text her, what the fuck's going on, right? And from there, people aren't stupid on YouTube. They figured out, you know what I'm saying, who was texting her and shit, talking shit, and then I'm like looking, and I'm like, what is? So then I go live. I'm like, man, something right with Candus, this and that. And then she's in people's lives talking shit about me. So I'm like, man. So I got my feelings, and I was like, you know what? What's really happening here? This doesn't make any sense. So I found out, but by the time I found out, there's nothing I could do because when I found out, I promised I would not say anything, right? And so I didn't. But I knew somebody would, and they did. Apparently they were told they can. So let me say that. And it was kind of a thing because I know how close those people were, and it was a moderator of mine. I knew that lady. I wasn't like super close with her. I'm not gonna tell you all that. I'm not gonna try to. but I was cool with her. Absolutely. The person who passed away, Miss Dee Dee. I know her husband too. But anyway, so this is all happening, okay? And I'm going live and trying to explain all of this without telling you guys the last part. But as this is happening, I'm watching these idiots just create the most ridiculous lies I've ever seen, right? This is like a small, stupid thing, but they're making up the most, like the dumbest shit. But this is all they have been doing in the case since the start of it. But it's really wild to watch. Like, Ziggy was so happy to have Ernie Shell and Voices, and they're all excited about it, right? They don't know what's happening, right? They're all excited because I'm doing a live and I'm not happy, and then they have not a clue, but somehow they have came up, they've made it up between all three of them that what had happened was at Rap's house, right? Let's incorporate a sex offender. Let's relate them to Don, and let's say that she's staying there. And they were standing on that shit. They were standing on it. I'm like, yeah, that's not happening. But they were really standing on it. And then the dumbass Ziggy even went as far as to try to say that I was defending Rap, just so everybody's clear. I'm not friends with Rap, never have been, don't care for him, never have said those words, but I already exposed all that. So out of these lies, not only is Candus staying with Rap, he's actually adopted by Don. And I heard Nicolina and Don. It was so retarded. And then what was the last one? Staying with her. Oh, and the Rap actually had admitted that Candus told him all about this big, like there was a confession actually, but the problem was you don't know where the fishing hole is. It's in the secret fishing hole. You don't know where it's at. And that's where the phone's at with the evidence on it. Yeah. Like, how much meth was... They were shooting it up. They were putting it up their butt. They were snorting. Like every orifice possibly had meth jammed in it full. Like, it was protruding out to come up with this ridiculous series of lies. Why aren't they standing on it right now? Why so quiet? Well, wait a minute. It is 8:04 on 9/21. We want to see the pictures of the Rap's house. The phone. Where's the hole at? There's meth in it. All these lies debunked. They're all watching in the bushes. They're all red in the face. They're all cussing me out. They're all doing what that troll in the beginning of this live thought that they can do to me, right? But just like that troll, they'll never take this link over here. They'll never debate it. They'll never put, how could they? How could they? And that's all that happened. And it should be awareness, because and I don't want to sound like a broken record, but for the people who don't know, that's all they have been doing for a very long time. Not only in Summer Wells' case, but in multiple cases. They're shitty people, man. And that's what they do. But they're welcome over here anytime. Don't hold your breath. All right, guys. I'm going to jump out of here, man, after I take some comments. Serenity, how are you? White Boy Damage. Good night, Booze. Good night, Mama. Thank you for coming in here. Choco, I appreciate you. Oh, I appreciate you, Choco, for always showing up in mods, man. I really do. I don't tell my mods that enough, man. I appreciate you guys. Really, really. Yep. Absolutely, Twister. Act right. You're pretty good. You're pretty good. I like you though. You're a friend. You're a friend of the channel. You're not nowhere near as and you're nowhere near as not a friend. Please don't make it. I won't do that. I saw that live. Hopefully Denise heard me say thank you for her stuff. Denise, you make really good AI stuff. But guys, to my people on Twitter out there, I'm telling you, man, if you DM me, I will tell you how to use AI. And oh boy, it's fun. It is fun. But I know you guys fight the good fight over there for a different reason. Same reason, I'm sorry, just different platform. I can show you how to I can show you what to use and where to go. It is very fun to see this thing create stuff. I like that intro, and I will add to it. We have all of our favorite people coming to the intro. I won't make it 10 hours long, but I probably will cut out, I don't know. Well, I'm working on it. So I was very excited to put that up there for you guys today. I was trying to do it. But all right, guys. So these people are just scammers, man. Please look out for the video of the conspiracy, me debunking the conspiracy of Craig's schlong. There's no way that it's 8 inches, okay? There's not a possible way that he has an 8-inch schlong, and I prove it, and it'll be coming to you soon. All right, guys. I'll catch you on the next one. Do me a favor, man. Send me links and stuff. Keep me up to date. I'm behind on everything, guys. I've been trying to drop videos, but I got a lot. I got to work like 12-hour days this week, so it's going to be hard. But I'll still push through and do it because I'm not a professional grifter. I never will be. All right, y'all. Deuces. Send those links to me, man, please. I need y'all. Peace. What's up, guys? Hope you enjoyed the video. Do me a favor, hit that like. Subscribe to my clip channel at White Boy Radio Clips. And in the description box is the link to be a member. Become a member if you can. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Stay safe. Stay smart. Peace.